Okay, we're getting off to a later start in the day than I usually like to, but this shouldn't take too long. It's a it's a Titan series figure. Even excuse me, even with the new articulation that the Titan series figures have, I don't figure that this is going to take too long. So I'm just waiting for this thing to actually work. Where did it go? There we go. Okay, just making sure that I'm on screen before I get started. So yeah, this is the Titan series Spider-Man Brand New Day Hulk figure, and I bought him a while back because I saw him and I thought he looked really cool. So of course the Hulk is in the new Spider-Man movie, and they did a good job with the Hulk in this one. I know like the Hulk has been kind of a little, well, let's say a little cucked in the latest movies he was in and the She-Hulk television show, and a lot of people weren't happy with the direction of him. Well, he's back to being a more savage, Incredible Hulk this time. And I put Incredible Hulk in the title because that's how I think of the character. He's the Incredible Hulk. I watched the TV show when I was a kid. I still watch it. It's a great show. The package technically though just says Hulk. So, you know, but another thing about this figure is when I first saw him, he did remind me a lot of the old 12-inch Mego Incredible Hulk that I had when I was a kid. Like his face is kind of painted in a similar way with the darker lips and everything like that. And it's kind of that same shade of green that Hulk figure was. The first Hulk figure that Mego put out, the 8-inch figure, which is actually much shorter than the other 8-inch figures for some reason, he was a much darker kind of forest green, but I guess they were trying to make him look more like how Lou Ferrigno looked on the television show when they made their 12-inch figure, because they made him more of an olive sort of green, and this one very much is that same sort of green. So let's go ahead and open him up, get him out of the package. There's a picture of how he appears in the movie. You got Spider-Man, his emblem down there. There's a picture of the figure on the back. That's pretty much what the packaging looks like. Let's get him out of the box. So, come on. Why are you being stubborn? It's taped there. Why is it taped there? I guess because they don't have like a plastic front on the box, and that's going to make it a little less sturdy. And there's what he looks like out of the package, and you can see they got his feet turned sideways. So these figures that the latest Titan series figures they have, and I haven't opened any of them yet because I haven't opened any since the Sam Wilson Captain America a while back. They've got a lot more articulation on them than they used to have, because they now have knee and elbow articulation. So I'm excited about that. So I'm just snipping all these little rubber tabs. God, I hate the rubber tabs. Getting them out of the package. And here he is. And he's pretty impressive looking. You know, it's a 12-inch figure. And I don't think he's much taller than other 12-inch figures. You know, like it tends to happen with the Hulk, like with the Mego Hulk I was talking about. They tend to make him the same height as everybody else, even though he's the same bulk. But if we look at him next to, say, a McFarlane figure, that guy kind of does look in scale, doesn't it, with how he was in the movie? Because he was huge in this movie. And the Hulk, I think, canonically in the comic book is supposed to be like 7 feet tall. And they often draw him much larger in the comic book, you know, for the purposes of exaggeration. And, of course, the Ang Lee Hulk movie made him like 25 feet tall, which I thought was kind of a little ridiculously oversized. He was kind of like, he's not King Kong, people. Come on. So, yeah, the regular Titan series figures, at least up to this point, you know, you could rotate them. The original ones just were 5-point of articulation. You could rotate them at the shoulders, and then their legs would move up like this. And then they added some additional articulation to them, which I thought helped a lot. Where, like, then you could raise the arms to the sides and move the legs to the sides. So these splits no problem. And then I think, like, most of them had wrist articulation by that point. And this one now has added elbow and knee articulation. So his elbow can bend about that far, and then that rotates all the way around. And then his knee can bend about that far, and then that rotates all the way around, but it's at a little bit of an angle. And then, of course, his head rotates all the way around. And he can look up, not very far, look down a little farther, tilts his head kind of quizzically from side to side. They did a nice job with his eyes, too. They're like a nice, bright green. Again, I think whoever designed the Hulk as he appeared in Brand New Day was probably a fan of the old television show, because he was about the same color, and it had some elements of that to it. So there's what the bottom of his feet look like. That's where they got all the copyright nonsense. And they don't quite have the tatters at the edge of the pants leg. There's a little bit of it, but I think that was mainly just because, since that's where the articulation is, they don't want the kids accidentally breaking it off. But the pants seem to be just kind of regular, kind of dark brown pants. They're not purple pants like what we saw in the cartoon or the comic book, I meant to say. But they did paint in the little button on his pants. It's like a little bronze button. That's kind of funny that they actually bothered to do. Little paint application, just a little teeny tiny paint application that wasn't really that necessary. So I figure at some point we'll probably see this body repainted with like a brighter kind of lime green and the purple pants, and have a more comic book style head on there. And they'll probably make this into a comic book Hulk body at some point. But yeah, I don't know if I'd say this is like particularly, close to the design of his musculature in the movie versus how it's done in the comic book. I mean, it seems accurate enough to the movie to me, but the movie was probably trying to be accurate to the comic book too. And as I mentioned before, I kind of feel like the Mark Ruffalo type of Hulk. He's got that Herb Trimpe sort of look, which of course is my favorite Hulk artist from the comic books. So he already looks enough like a comic book Hulk to me. I don't really need to do it. Maybe if he had purple pants, I suppose. But yeah, his you can see there, like the way his thighs are sculpted, there's actually like a little bit of a gap here. And I guess that's to give him a little bit of extra articulation. So if you want to Hulk sit down kind of thing, so he can sit pretty well. You can get him in some good poses. So he is fairly well articulated. I'm kind of surprised that it doesn't seem to be a waist articulation, because this is brown plastic here and green plastic up here. So this is two different pieces of plastic, but if it is supposed to articulate it, it doesn't. It's solid. So I don't know why they did it that way. Don't ask me. There are little tears in his pants leg. So that's kind of interesting. So, but anyway, like I said, this wasn't going to be a long video at all. It's only been like 8 minutes, and I'm pretty much done. And of course, there's been nobody in the chat today, so that's sped it up a little bit. I did see one other viewer, probably because it's so late in the day, and people aren't used to seeing me do a video so late in the day. But it's okay. I managed to get him out of the way, so. And hopefully I can get some more of these. I know, like, I wanted to get the Spider-Man figure, but it sold out pretty quick at my local Walmart. But maybe I can find one at a different Walmart or something like that. But I'm pretty happy with how this turned out. Anyway, that's it for this video. We're coming in at under 10 minutes, which is the shortest video I've done in a long time. But next episode is going to definitely be a little longer, because I got this bad boy to open up here. The 3-pack of Batman and Nightwing and Bane. So I'm looking forward to opening up that. That's going to be the next episode. You want to make sure you don't miss that one. Make sure you like and subscribe and all the fun YouTube stuff down below. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think about this figure of the Hulk. And we will talk to you next time. Bye.